and good evening, everyone. Welcome to a Christmas Cuppa with Harry. And as you can see, we're feeling a bit wooden tonight. Things aren't quite what they seem, but thank goodness we have all our guests with us. Can we welcome Rosita? Hello Rosita, how are you? Rhonda, how are you?
Good, thanks.
And of course, my Christmas helper, Seal. We just want to welcome everyone tonight to our Christmas Cuppa with Harry, and we're going to go through and do some carols and talk to people and see where we go. So, there you go. Good evening, welcome.
Thanks.
Seal, you're going to have to do the questions and check.
What
On,
questions?
well, not the questions. You're going to have to check on your phone. Is your phone's turned off so your phones don't ring through the things? Go to
silent, you mean? Because you need your phones on.
if you go on Facebook
Facebook.
and just double check and make sure
Right.
we're right
Okay.
and everything's good with our
Just take my
sound and
glasses
everything like that. And so welcome Rosita and Rhonda. And I just went the opposite way. Rosita and Rhonda. How are you? Are you looking forward to Christmas?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard a few people say that, I don't know if it really feels like the Christmassy season. Does Christmas feel different this time around, this year?
I think it did this year and last year.
Yeah.
After the year that was and the year that's been. And
It
one day
just-
just flows into the next. It's kind of, oh, it's Christmas. Oh, okay.
That's right.
What happened to that year? And,
Yes,
you know,
everything goes so quick.
it goes so quick.
Everything goes so quick.
Flew by this year.
But nevertheless, it is Christmas time, and because it's Christmas time, I'll hand out some words, and we will start off with a carol. So you can take some. I should have probably handed these out earlier, but I kind of wanted to surprise you with this. And
Thank you.
if you could pass one on to Seal, and Seal's manning the phone. No, it's 2 pages. So she can tell if there's any questions you have or comments, just come on there, make sure I think our sound and everything was right. And of course, don't forget your cuppa. There's nothing like a nice coffee. Hallelujah. So let's start off tonight. Hark the herald, not Harold, herald. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Christ by highest heaven adore, Christ the everlasting Lord. Late in time, behold him come, offspring of the Virgin's womb. Veiled in flesh, the Godhead see, hailed incarnate deity. Please let's with men to dwell, Jesus our Emmanuel. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Ready? Verse 3. Rhonda, you're on a solo. Hail the heavenly Prince of Peace, hail the Son of Righteousness. Light and light to all he brings, reign with healing in his wings. Mighty lays his glory by, born that man no more may die. Born to raise the sons of earth, Wonderful. So, what is your favourite Christmas memory? Have you got one?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
My dad used to work for the railway,
Yeah.
and every Christmas they would have a Christmas party, and all the employees and the families and kids would get invited, and there'd be fairy floss and soft drinks and train rides, not real train, like, you know, the fake train towed behind a tractor and Ferris wheels and all sorts of stuff. And
Whereabouts was this?
In New Zealand.
In New Zealand, wow.
Yeah. And all the kids, 12 and under, would get a Christmas gift from Santa.
Wow, lovely.
And it was actually it was a really cool day.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yourself, Rhonda?
When I was 7 to about 12 years of age, we were living at Ballina, and my grandmother, aunt and uncle and my cousin would travel all the way down from Sydney and be there for the whole school holidays with us.
Yeah.
And it was just a lovely family time.
Family getting together. Yeah.
And that's what I remember most of all. And even when I was married, we lived in Gosford. My parents were in Cabramatta, and my in-laws were in Penrith. So we would go first off to my parents and have a big Christmas day there, and then we'd head off to my husband's parents. And it was just family. It was lovely.
Yeah. Did you keep any traditions once you had families of your own? Did you keep any of your traditions from what you had growing up that you did with your own kids?
I don't really recall particular traditions. I mean, other than we had to be dressed and had breakfast and our teeth cleaned and the dishes had to be done, and then we could waltz around and open the presents. And I don't think that we had any real traditions as such. No.
Just did Christmas?
Just did Christmas, yeah.
Did you, Rhonda?
Oh, we always had the Christmas tree, decorating that, and looking forward to all the presents piled up under the tree. And, always made, like when I'd go to my parents' and in-laws' place, we always took platters. You know, you always had to take your share of the food.
Yeah, it seems to be a common theme at Christmas time is eating a lot and suffering afterwards. They're the things that we have Christmas. I thought I'd have some little bit of questions which to see how you go at Christmas trivia. So, are you ready?
No.
Are you ready? Where was baby Jesus born? Bethlehem. Very good, very good. Here's another question. All three of you can answer.
Thanks.
What did the other reindeer not let Rudolph do because of his shiny red nose?
They didn't let him play reindeer games.
Oh, yes. Very good. She didn't let him join in. Okay, one more.
They were mean.
What are the two other most popular names for Santa Claus?
Saint Nicholas.
Yes.
Saint Nick.
And what's another name?
Santa.
No. Kris Kringle. That's right.
Kris Kringle.
Kris Kringle. Yes. So, what are you looking forward to this Christmas? Anything particular?
Well, I've sort of started like a bit of my own tradition really with the kids, is that we all have breakfast on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And that's kind of
And you have to book it quite early.
You have to book it September, October. As soon as you find out that you can book the tickets, you go online and you book your seats.
Yeah.
Come and see Fly Sailing Club, and then you quite often end up going for a walk or something like that on the beach after.
Oh, nice.
And then the kids will go off to
What about presents?
whatever.
Before or after?
Yeah, well, we don't really worry too much about presents, so we can just give the kids money. Somehow the whole they didn't have to get each other presents thing went by the wayside, but they still expect me to get them.
Isn't that right? Yes. We were only saying that last week that, you know, your kids get older and you've got stockings for the kids. But we thought once they got to a certain age that they would not want to have stockings anymore. No, it has to keep going.
Yeah.
The tradition has to keep going. Yeah. So, you know.
I guess they'll always be your kids.
Yes, they'll always be your kids. So you're always doing
and
something.
they'll always be our kids, and that's what they think. They'll always be our parents.
Yeah.
So they'll always provide.
Yeah.
Anything you're looking forward to, Rhonda?
Oh, just getting together. I won't be seeing my eldest daughter this year. But, yeah, it's just,
You're just having
I
family
just love that
together.
family time
Yeah.
and just celebrating the day, and be good that we're going having church on.
Yes,
Christmas
yes, we're
Day
having
as
a
well.
Christmas, and it's starting half an hour early, 8:30 a.m. instead of 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a 1 hour service. So I'm really looking forward to that, our very first, which is a bit of a change for our family again, because for quite a few years now we haven't had to do a church service. Beforehand we did. Our kids grew up going to church, and so we're sort of bringing that back in, tradition back in, church on Christmas Day. Yeah. So that's good. Any particular food that you have that you say this is what's got to happen Christmas Day?
Trifle.
Oh,
Yes.
trifle. One of my favourites.
I don't like trifle.
You
Don't
don't?
you?
No, it's got custard in it. I don't like
Oh,
custard.
you don't like custard.
One of
Custard
my
is
favourites.
awesome.
Wow. Is yours good, Rhonda?
Of course.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Well, let's go to another carol. So we might do Joy to the World, and I'll pass the words around again. And I think there's a couple of pages, and then you can. Did you grow up singing carols?
Yes.
No.
Did you go to any particular place? Or was it just in churches, or was it community places?
For me, it was more Dad would have us singing in the car.
Oh, wow. Really?
Is that yours? Yeah,
And,
let's
um,
get another one.
Is there? No, it's 3 places long.
Is there? You might have to share.
We have to share.
Okay.
Oh,
Huh?
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Joy to the world, the Savior reigns. Let men their songs and joy, while fields and floods, rocks, hills and plains, repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy. He rules the world with truth and grace, and makes the nations prove the glories of his righteousness, and wonders of his love, and wonders of his love, and wonders of his love. Verse 1. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing, 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 and heaven and nature sing. Isn't it amazing that after all these years of when they wrote a lot of the carols, and especially through the 1700s and 1800s when they were writing them and putting different things to music, that we still sing these songs today?
yeah.
I wonder if in 100 years people will still sing Michael Bublé.
Yes.
Do you know that he is still his greatest Christmas sales come from Australia? For some reason, people love Michael. They just have to do a Michael Bublé Christmas album. He'll probably have a new album coming out this year,
Well, you should.
Christmas.
No, it would already be out.
No, you never know. You never know. So it's quite amazing. So questions. See how we go. What follows? What words follow Silent Night?
Holy night.
Oh, very good, Rhonda, on the ball. Here's a question. Now we're getting into movie stuff here. Which Hollywood actor played six... I actually didn't know this. Which Hollywood actor played 6 different roles in the Polar Express?
Tom Hanks.
Very good. Did you know that?
Yeah.
You did not.
It's a kids'
I
movie.
didn't actually know that, but there was basically him
It's
and
Tom
this kid in
Hanks.
it. And that was
He
it.
played, but he says he played 6
Yeah.
different roles.
Yeah, he was brilliant.
That's it.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Which country started the tradition of putting up a Christmas tree?
England.
Germany.
Germany.
Germany, yes. Germany.
Oh, Tannenbaum,
Yes,
oh,
Germany started it.
Tannenbaum.
Here's another question. In the movie Elf, what was the first rule of the Code of Elves?
I don't know. I don't think I've
haven't
ever
seen
watched
it.
it because
You
I
haven't
don't
seen?
like Will Ferrell.
But he's
Always
great.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
but he's great in
brilliant.
Elf. He's great in Elf. What's
You like
still
it.
seen it a gazillion times?
Yeah, but I
What's
can't
the
remember.
first rule of the Code of Elves?
Eat all the candy.
No. Treat every day like Christmas.
Oh yes, that's
Treat
right.
every day like Christmas. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
So going back to the carols and the things, did you sing carols anywhere particular?
No, I
Do
don't
you
remember
remember?
singing carols and stuff.
We used to
Yeah.
sing them all over the place. We'd sing them in the car, we'd sing them at home,
What
over in
about
the
you, Sue?
park. We'd sing.
No, I don't remember seeing carols when I was little, like in Holland. I don't remember going. I remember going to mass in the Catholic Church, but I never. It was only here in Australia when we started singing carols.
Mm.
Wasn't it in church basically?
In church, yeah, all the time. Different
And maybe
Christmas,
in primary school.
through school and different
Mm.
things that you do, singing carols.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the most unusual Christmas that you've had? Can you think of that? My one would probably be the year, I don't know if you're up in Queensland, I think you were already, the year where we had about 4 or 5 families together, and the presents, there was that many presents, it took 5 hours to open
Oh
them.
my gosh.
You get bored with that.
We were.
Yeah, we were.
And it was really, unusual. I've never seen so many presents. I mean, there was multiple families together, but it took forever and ever to open.
Only because your mum liked doing things one at a time.
Mm. Yeah, she did. Anything you can think of most unusual?
I don't know about most unusual. We did actually do a family reunion one Christmas.
All right, yeah.
Surprised mum and dad because my older sister's 12 years older than me and Rex was like 11 years older than me, and they would basically left home by the time I started primary school. So,
Yeah.
and in that time sometimes they'd come back and forth and stuff, but we were basically never together all at the same time. So we decided to go over to my brother's place and surprise mum and dad for Christmas. And,
Well,
so mum and dad arrived, and mum must have walked past me like 4 times and just ignored me. And then she noticed my kids there, and I was like, my kids are 5 and 7. How do you think they got here? It's like, hello. And anyhow, so I got a hug from Dad, and I'd go, hi Mum, she's walked past me again. It's like, okay, this
didn't
is just
notice.
awkward.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, as each new family member's face came to recognition, I think. So that was actually pretty cool. So, yeah, it's probably a bit different because we were adults and we had kids. Like our kids were all quite small at that time, so it was quite nice hanging out as a family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yourself, Rhonda?
It was an unusual one. My daughter wasn't due to the 12th of January,
Yeah.
and she decided to come on the 23rd of December.
Oh.
So I was in hospital.
You're in hospital
And
for
Santa
Christmas
came.
Day. Oh. So they had Santa Claus in there?
Yeah.
Wow.
came. I was
Wow.
handing out
Was there many
presents.
other people in there?
Oh yeah, there were quite a few of us women had our babies that time.
Wow.
It was quite a lot of us there. But I wasn't expecting to be there. So I was going to do my Christmas shopping. It was the first time Thursday night you could do Christmas shopping. So I hadn't even done all my Christmas shopping. I ended up in labour in hospital.
Oh boy.
There you
See
go.
what happens when you leave it to Christmas Eve to shop.
Yeah.
So that was a very unusual Christmas for me, but a very lovely one.
Yeah. I think Christmas is, there's so many different memories. There's so many different things. The family coming together, the food that we're eating. I think it's one of my cherished Christmas memories was actually one where my sister and I didn't get everything. We were told all the way through we weren't getting anything. Mum and Dad had no money. They couldn't afford to get us anything. And in the end, there were 2 presents under the tree. The tree was a little cellophane tree that big. That's about all she could afford. And we got a chocolate bar and a towel. But we knew, my sister and I really knew what dire straits they were in. And so for us, we were quite blown away that we actually got something. And I've never forgotten it because it was just a cherished memory. So, Seal? Unusual Christmas? When you came and had Christmas with my side of the family.
Yeah, that was really well unusual. Well, I only came from a family of 3, so and that was
quiet.
Yeah. So when I joined Harry's family, it was so noisy and food everywhere and people talking loud and Christmas presents opening up for hours and yes, that was very unusual for me.
It was loud at Christmas.
Yeah, my family, yes, Christmas.
Music as well as kids screaming as well as adults talking really loud and.
What about even Boxing Day? Did you have a Boxing Day tradition?
Eating the leftovers.
Going to the beach or doing a game of cricket. Seeing the cricket is on and Australia did really well today. Anything?
I don't really recall.
I think it was just recovery day from the festivities of the day before.
Yeah.
I think sometimes Mum and Dad would catch up with friends or something like that on that day because it'd been a public holiday.
Yeah.
Or we'd have friends, like their friends come over or we'd go over to their house or something. I don't remember anything particular.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Do you think sometimes now with the way, we've sort of got our consumer-driven world that we live in, are there things that you feel that we have to focus a bit harder on to try and keep things a bit more Christmassy?
I guess actually just focusing on Christmas for what Christmas really is, because it's so commercial driven that people forget the real reason of what we're doing and why we're even there, and why we actually catch up with the people that are important to us, which is our families and stuff. And to celebrate, as Christians, to celebrate Jesus' birth. Technically, seeing as we're actually born on Christmas Day.
It's so true. It's so true. What about you, Rhonda? Do you see things like that too?
Yeah, and it's like sometimes I'd get concerned about how much money the family would be spending, like on gifts and that all at once for everyone.
Yeah.
And I think that's not necessary. It's nice just to get some little gift. You don't have to get something really expensive for it to enjoy Christmas.
Yeah.
Because the reason for the season is our Lord, His birthday.
Do you remember the gifts your kids used to get from school for you?
Oh yeah.
You have to give them
cards and stuff.
Yeah, and you'd have to give them a few dollars, and they go to the
store
place
thing,
there, the store. I don't know what it was called, and they go there and they buy something for Christmas. Do you remember any of the ones our kids got us?
No. Not for Christmas. Just lots of things that they used to make for the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Like the paddle pop. They used to paint the paddle pop and stick it together to make stars and frames and I've got all that kind of thing.
Yeah, we've kept
I get those sort of things.
Or cut out shapes of like the Christmas bauble things. Or bowls or whatever and put, decorate it.
Or the pictures they draw about Christmas and that.
Yeah, they're precious memories, aren't they?
Yeah, I
when
kept
our
all
kids
them.
do different things, and I think as they grow up and the paddle pop stick gifts change to other things, into other things. But I think it's great. We're looking forward to being able to have grandkids at Christmas one day. I mean, you've experienced that.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, I know my mum used to go. She would go all out for the grandkids, so they were spoiled rotten, and to the point that we knew, Mum's going to buy all this stuff. Don't buy as much because she's going to get all this stuff for them, and to see that. So it was my mum's favourite day of the year, Christmas Day. It was her favourite day, and that's why it was only fitting that she passed away on Christmas Day. So it was, she would have been chuffed.
Well, that was really an unusual day for us, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was an unusual day. So let's do one more of your favourite carols. and Silent Night.
Whose favourite?
I asked Rhonda and I asked Rosita
Oh,
what
this
are
is
their
one of my
favourite
favourites.
carols, and I
Okay.
thought we'd go over them and do the songs.
There we go.
Contrary to the music, this was not an original Jesus Culture song. I think this was actually probably written in a German theme behind it, and we've carried it on through. So just a few more questions before we close off with our Christmas tree. The time has just gone away so quick. According to the song, what did my true love give to me on the 8th day of Christmas? On the 8th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me...
8 maids of milking.
Oh, very good, Sil. Very good. 8
Because I
maids
had
of
to start
milking.
at a partridge to
Yeah, me too.
How do you say Merry Christmas in Spanish? Just think This was Wilson's
Feliz-
favourite
Feliz
Christmas song.
Oh yeah, I
Feliz
love that
Navidad.
song.
Yeah, Feliz
nice.
Navidad.
It's nice and
Yeah,
happy.
Wilson's favourite Christmas song.
That's a good song.
What is the best-selling Christmas song ever?
Oh,
Way in a manger.
No,
Silent Night.
no, the best-selling. No,
Best song.
the best-selling. Who do you think the artist? Which artist do you
said-
think?
You didn't say
No,
artist.
well, the song, but
I'm
you
dreaming
might
of a
think
White
of
Christmas.
yes, White
Oh.
Christmas, sung by
Bing
What's his
Crosby.
name?
Bing.
Crosby. Yes, it is the world. It is still the best-selling Christmas song ever. It's quite amazing. 3 of Santa's reindeer's names begin with the letter D. What are those names?
Dasher,
Dasher,
Dancer,
Dancer,
Doofus.
Dasher, Dancer, and
there's Prancer and Vixen and Basher and
Donna.
Donna.
Donna, that's
Donna.
right, yeah, Donna.
I
Okay.
didn't know there was a girl in there.
Yeah. Okay, final question. What popular Christmas song was actually written for Thanksgiving?
For Thanksgiving.
Yes. It was actually written for Thanksgiving.
Oh, and so we sing it at Christmas time.
Yes, but it was originally written for Thanksgiving, and it was one of you. I think it was one of your favourite songs, was it? Christmas
Oh.
songs.
I probably
No,
Silent Night.
Mary, did you know?
no.
They were the two. Oh, Jingle Bells.
Jingle Bells, yes. Jingle,
Jingle
Bells
Bells
was
was-
actually first written for Thanksgiving. Wow.
Oh.
So, thanks for coming along tonight. Thanks for having a cuppa
Yeah.
with Seal and us. Cheers. Merry
Cheers.
Christmas.
Merry
I've
Christmas.
got my Merry Grinchmas Christmas cup, and the coffee is still
Lukewarm.
lukewarm. But thanks everyone for tuning in, and next week we're going to be doing our final cuppa Christmas, and we're going to do something a bit different again. And it's our final one for the year, and I don't know about you, but I've really enjoyed streaming throughout the year and the devotions, listening to what people have had to say, and just it's been quite amazing. And so be blessed, have a great rest of the week, and church is on again this Sunday, 9 a.m. in the community centre, and we have a special Go Kids. Our Go Kids are doing a Christmassy
It is.
thing, and so I'm
Christmas
looking forward to seeing
spectacular.
our kids
Yeah, they're good.
there on Sunday morning. So thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
along, and Merry Christmas.
Merry
Christmas
Christmas.
to you too.
See everyone later.
Yeah.